Fea scanning over the middle. Touchdown, Orem.
Micah Fea to Noah
Fea
Erickson for the
to Noah Erickson.
Touchdown,
Orem. And it is 23-0.
Welcome in Deseret News Rewind, the schedule video. Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart is always presented by Heidemann Associates, brought to you by the Utah Army National Guard, and outfitted by Black Clover. Now, I don't say this to be like arrogant, but if you want to look good as we do, and we will look better because, well, we got someone that now dresses us. It's not our wives, Black Clover. If you want to get a discount like we do as well, we're going to hook you up. Go to blackcloverusa.com, put in the discount code DNR20, get 20% off of your purchase through blackcloverusa.com. But if you're one of those people that need to feel the drape, need to feel the clothes, tell you the everyday polo, you may touch the outside and go, that just feels like a polo, but then you put your hand on the inside of it.
It's nice.
It is smooth, it's clean, it is cool as well. Go to the store off 123rd South, right next to the water park. All right, we're going to go through the schedule. We're going to pick games, and don't hate us. We love you all. We don't hate anybody.
Yeah.
We're just picking who we think's going to win, that's all. Let's start here. All the way up north, Roy versus Fremont.
Oh, this feels good, doesn't it, Dusty?
Yes.
Good old former region rivalry. But, man, how about the start from Roy? I know Fremont this last week, things didn't go as well as they would have liked. I'm going to go, it's at Fremont. I like the bounce back by Fremont in this game, but I'm still picking Roy on the road to get a win.
Yeah, I'm going to go the same way. I really liked what we saw from Roy. They know their identity.
Yeah.
Fremont has got to bounce back. Had that great week one scoring-wise against Fremont. Couldn't figure out against Salem Hills. Actually, I'm changing that. I'm going to go Fremont.
Okay.
I like the offense.
It's a good
By the way,
game.
you know there's a Hall that plays wide receiver at Fremont?
I heard that.
We're watching you. Going to score some touchdowns in this one. Olympus versus Kearns.
This is a really good one, Dusty. And, you know, for me, we saw what a little motivation did for Kearns last week, right?
Yeah.
Kearns, he had a great offensive outing this last week. Don't let up. Keep your focus. Keep your discipline. I think this Kearns team is ready to roll. For Olympus, how do you get back to the winning ways? It's been a long time since we've seen the Titans kind of slow out of the gates like they have been this year. Can they get things right in week 3? I got the Cougars.
Yeah, the Cougars. Yeah, I want to go Olympus on this one too. Remember a couple years ago it was 56-0.
Yeah.
Last year's a little bit different story. I'm going Kearns too. I think Kearns, they're figuring some things out. And for Olympus, I think this game's going to be close. Let's put it that way. I think it's within the score. There's going to be a shot there in the end for Olympus. Pineview at Park City.
Well, Dusty, for me, you see the way that Park City handled business against Juan Diego. I really like that. Pineview, though, impressive win over Highland this last week. But they got to travel up, both in elevation and in latitude. I'm going with the Park City Miners with a home win.
Just so you know, they score no matter where. They scored a bunch of points at home against Highland, did Pineview. Scored a ton of points at West Lake against Ridgeline. And they scored a ton of points against Park City. Pineview.
Okay.
Bear River at Bonneville.
Yeah, man, so impressed with Bear River these first couple weeks. Bonneville obviously had a tough week, too. They're going to be at home. But I feel like Bear River's figured out who they are, what they want to do. I'm going to go with the Bears. How about the Bears could go 3-0 out of the chutes?
Well, how about this? Bears trying to look like Alabama a little bit in their home unis.
Yeah.
I love the look, by the way. I get to watch that on Bear River TV. Watch Deseret News Rewind live. You can see all these schools if you just hang out with me. I get to watch a lot of these guys. I'm going to go Bear River over Bonneville. I think Bear River is playing really, really well. Bonneville has got potential, but Bear River is playing really good out the chute. Speaking of playing good out the chute, Corner Canyon at Bingham. This game will be nationally televised on ESPN.
You ready for a fun fact,
I
Dusty?
love fun facts.
Do you want to know the last time Bingham went 0-2 to start a season?
1999.
No. 2008.
Really?
Not that long ago. Now, of course, that year they made it all the way to the state championship. They lost to Skyline and Alta the first 2 weeks. All the way to the state championship. They lost to Alta in that championship. Could they really go 0-2 again? Sorry, Coach Peck. Yeah, I got Corner Canyon.
Yeah, the only people who stop in Corner Canyon is Corner Canyon right now.
Yeah.
And that ain't happening either. So, yeah, I'm going Corner Canyon too. I'm really excited for this one. It's a great showcase for the state. Nationally televised on the 4-lettered station. Going to be an exciting one as well. Green Canyon at Stansbury.
Oh, man, Dusty, I think this is going to be a really interesting matchup. I think we've seen Stansbury. I know that, they've had a loss early on in the year. Been able to kind of get back in games late. but haven't quite been able to do enough to pull out the victory. I'm going to go with the Wolves in this one, but I think there's a really close game.
Yeah, I like Wolves. I'll go with the Wolves.
Okay.
Green Canyon Wolves getting this one too. They're going to score a lot of points. This game will be high scoring. Remember, Stansbury had that try to come from behind, couldn't quite get it done earlier, and go there. This is a Dane pick. The Milford men at Ogden.
Come on, Dusty. They're both Tigers, and they're both 2-0.
I love it. 2 different color schemes for Tigers.
That's true.
Yeah.
You got the orange and black and the red and black. Well, I'm a red and black guy. I got Milford. I can't pick against the Milford men.
I see it. Ogden's going 3-0. That's all I'm going to say.
How about the start by Ogden, by the way? You
Love
go
it.
independent. You allow some time to rebuild your program.
Yeah.
You're back in a region. You're 2-0. Hats off to you, Tigers.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're going to get to 3-0.
Yeah.
3-0 in the first time in a long time. Riverton at Lehigh.
You ready for another fun fact?
I love fun facts.
We are 2 weeks into the year. Creighton Cooper has not thrown a touchdown pass.
It's unreal. It's unreal.
Now, I mean, I'm kind of at a point where I'm like, is he playing? Is there an injury? Like, I don't.
He's playing.
I haven't seen Lehigh,
Yeah.
so I don't know. Hasn't thrown a touchdown pass. I think that changes. I think Lehigh's going to get things circled, get things going. I got Lehigh against Riverton.
Riverton played PG week 1, struggled. Played really well last night against West Jordan. I think there's something to it. I'm going to go with Riverton. Returned so many starters. I'm going to go with Riverton. Lehigh right now, things just don't feel, I want to say don't feel right. Just got to get on the right page.
Yeah.
Got to get on the same page, and this is a tough game for them. I'm going to go Riverton in that one. Timpview at Provo. Timpview has not lost this game since the Berlin Wall fell.
There's not another Berlin Wall standing to fall, Dusty, so I got Timpview again.
I agree. Provo struggling a little bit. Week 1, long travel to Logan, struggled last week. Westlake's way better than you think, folks.
They are.
This isn't just it's the bottom of the barrel Westlake team. They are good, but I think Timpview's going to figure some things out.
I think we saw progress in Timpview week 1 to week 2, too. I expect that to continue. This Timpview team, they're going to be just fine.
We'll see if Targi Lamson's back for this one, too. Targi Lamson did not play against AF.
Yeah.
So that'll be an interesting one. Orem at Skyridge.
Man, I learned a ton about Orem this week. I didn't realize their defense was that good. So impressed with the way that they were able to shut down the East offense, especially when you don't have a lot of time to prepare for that. It's a very unique offense, and they were ready to go. Can they do it again against Skyridge? I think that's a big question. You have some motivation on the Orem side. Dusty, no Erickson, that's his old group.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
Yeah.
Skyridge looking so good right now. You know, Orem, you go, you beat a 6A team, you finally put your stamp on, yeah, we can contend with the best of them. They'll have an opportunity this week to prove if that's legit or not. I'm going to go with the Tigers. I'm a believer in Micah Fea.
Yeah, this is going to be a good one. Fea versus Hillstead. Man, this is a... Hey, Siri, flip a coin.
Heads.
All right, I got to head to Skyridge. Going with the Falcons. So we had to do it. I didn't know any other way to go about it.
All right. Sometimes you just got to do it.
Yep.
I have an app for that.
I do have an app for it. On command.
Yeah.
All right, last one. Our game of the week, East at Lone Peak.
You ready for another fun fact?
I love fun facts.
Man, we're loading you up with them.
Yeah.
You want to know the last time East was shut out?
I don't know. Not in the Mattich era, was it?
And you know, my phone is too hot, so I can't look it up. I think it was 08 against Bountiful. 21-0. East lost that game. I had it last night in our broadcast. There's no better way to get focus of a Brandon Mattich team than to get shut out. East is going to be ready to go against Lone Peak. But that Lone Peak offense looked completely different week 2.
Yeah.
If my phone wasn't too hot, I'd do what you just did. I can't. I don't have a coin on me, so I'm going Lone Peak. I think Lone Peak at home, Dusty, what we saw from their offense, that defense is legit too, folks. We saw it week 1 on our game of the week. Last week, I know it was against Jordan, but they create all sorts of problems, and I think you see what Orem did, that East running attack. Would not be surprised for Lone Peak to have a similar game plan. Love their defensive front. I got the Knights.
Yeah, I'm going to go Lone Peak as well. They're right there. Speaking of Lone Peak and East, they're still figuring things out. Couldn't scrimmage, couldn't do lots of things. You haven't rent, all kinds of stuff. That's not an excuse. It's what it is. It's what it is. It's what they have to live with being in Salt Lake City. But yeah, I'm going Lone Peak as well. I think Lone Peak get to 3-0 and to have two really good wins on their resume to start the year. It'll be very interesting to see. Where you disagree, hit us up on Twitter at D News Rewind, at Dane_Stewart, at Dusty Litster. Love to hear from you. We'll watch you at the games. You're watching Deseret News Rewind on Deseret.com.